Also, I think you're live.
Oh,
You are live.
hey everyone. This is Painting Platinum number 47, right? 47?
Correct.
Excellent. Painting Platinum number 47. I'm Sadie. This is Justin. We are learning to paint well together. And so yeah, that's our business. So, um we're painting New Year's Sophie. Hi, Chewy Boots. Um, Painting New Year's Sophie. And if you remember last time, Justin was really concerned with the fact that this model's butt was showing. So I sculpted for the first time, like on a mini, and I made, it's hard to tell, but I made little panties with ruffles and a bow. So, I don't think it's gonna look great, but it was good practice. It's not awful, but I worked with green stuff one time and it didn't work really well. So Kevin, our staff sculptor, gave me some tips, mainly like working with water, like wet fingers and wet tools, and that worked really well. And then um, I think he also told me, and I forgot until I was kind of part of the way through, but letting it kind of sit for a little while before you start it, and that worked really well. So I just noticed by sitting her right here that I have to prime a little in the cleavage. Because this happened, I primed her last time, but I stripped her with acetone and sculpted some panties on there. Whether or not I should have done just plain panties, which is what I started with, I'm not sure. We'll find out together, won't we? Um, did I mention that Justin's here? This is Justin, my sidekick, or I'm
How you
his
guys doing?
sidekick. I can't really tell.
Yes.
Yes. So I meant to do a lot more today. This is the Thursday story. I meant to do a lot more today and to prep for this, but I didn't. Last week I decided to do golden skin and warm brown hair, even though I always want to make everything really tan and blonde. It's just my aesthetic, like very 90s, whatever. But okay, so also by the way, I'm gonna try and mute it when that happens, but I have my apprentice mixing right now. We are almost out of bottles. We have like one day worth of bottles, and they'll get here soon. So I can't very well have him pumping all day. And we can always mix a little more, especially with the new machine. I have to babysit the machine a lot and help people. So I have had precious little time to mix. So, hi Jedi Jared, Anki, Minate, Valander. So yeah, so we're gonna do the golden skin. I believe, unless I'm mistaken, regular golden skin is not discontinued. It's the highlight and the shadow. Golden highlight, golden shadow. So let's see. I also okay. So I watched Mocha's skin video from ReaperCon, and I decided. What did I decide? That I was going to start darker and work my way lighter. But then when I tried to do that, I made it way too dark, and it wasn't looking good. So maybe I'm gonna try it again because I said I would. But I'm not gonna go quite as dark. And what I did, um, okay, forgive me for this because these are like dirty, but maybe I'll do like leather brown. In makeup, we want cool shadows. I know not everybody um, likes the ashier shadow contour look, but I think I'm gonna work with this uh 9161 shield brown, golden skin, leather brown. um so Jedi Jared I'm almost certain that yes, the Phthalo clears will go into regular production, but I'm just not sure when. I think it'll be quite a while, maybe even after Kickstarter. But I fully expect it. So, High Skies Clear. Yeah, Nomad Zeke, we're doing, excuse me, New Year's Sophie. She's got this cute little ribbon around her. She's naked. And to make Justin happy, I sculpted some panties on her with a bow. It's a little, like, here's what I didn't like about it. It's, like, a little busy now. You know what I mean? But that's okay. Sorry, my sticky tack isn't doing that great. Thanks for the subs, guys. Clear. When are we getting Sadie colors? What do you mean? Like special colors? I heard something neat that I can't tell you yet. I don't even think Ron knows yet. But I just thought of it. I'm gonna have to keep it a secret, even though you guys know I don't want to. But I would imagine. Oh, I don't even know. It'll be a little bit. We're so busy. Thanks, IMK Marky. I'm gonna try and. That didn't even work. Okay, so I got a lot of browns in here. I really have a nice little neutral sort of palette. And then, like, not only that, but I haven't decided. The color of the ribbon I want to do. Let's see. Hi, Dr. Bob. Yeah, I would like a 2020 Sophie where, I don't know, like where maybe she's got like the messy bun and she's like gained a few. She's rolling her eyes. Sophie in sweatpants. Yeah, so, but I wish I could do this, but I'm gonna mess it up if I try. We'll just start with the skin and the hair, and then next week we'll decide what she should wear based on what we know about color theory as it relates to makeup and fashion. Okay, so I'm going to start with 1 drop of Shield Brown. Maybe 2 drops Leather Brown. Oh, yeah, with a Pizza Dungeon box. That'd be so cute. So cute. 2, maybe 3 drops of Leather Brown. But yeah. I was thinking yesterday, I was like, I should take the nude models and like sculpt clothes on them because I had a lot of fun doing it. I was really in my own little zone for a long time. Like, Ed asked me a question about something that had happened, and it felt like it had only been 5 minutes, but a lot more had been done, like in the department. And I was like, oh yeah, and then that happened, and then that happened. Not sure if right place to ask, but is there a new releases thing on y'all's homepage coming for December? I think so. I would look at news under Discord or, oh, thanks, Dr. Bob. News under Discord or on our Facebook group. Look up John, Jon Overton, and he tells all the news. Thanks, Dr. Bob. So we're gonna give away the Phthalo clears, the clear Phthalos. I don't know if I have them though. I've done a lot of like moving stuff around. Hold on. I don't think I do. Oh, maybe I do. I have clear orange. Oh, I don't. Okay, just take my word for it. You'll get the clear Phthalos, clear orange, and a couple extras. So, Anyway, so let's start some skin. I swear I had like a better version of this brush. Where do we campaign in order to get Spooky Purple and Sea Glow to move from prototype status to have actual numbers? I'm gonna be real sad when I run out of them. Oh, that's a tall order. I would say that's a tall order because there's a lot more stuff on the list first. Um, yeah, I did. Okay, so Dr. Bob, I lose these a lot and I've started over, but at one time this was like this was Ghostfire with I don't remember, a couple other colors for shadow and highlight, and then I put the phosphorescent paint on it. Are triads going away and being replaced by the fast palettes? I don't think triads are going away, but the emphasis on triads is going to go down. So as you've noticed with the last time paints have been made inactive, we didn't do them in triads like we always have. We just took away the ones that weren't high performers. So and you'll notice with bones, same thing. And part of that is that we're almost to the point where there's not many more triads you could make. You could make a new color, but then when you tried to make a triad, you would run into other colors. I'm still hoping we see the Inspiration Gallery return. I've heard Nomad Zeke. It's not my realm, but I have heard that we're thinking about it or we're working on it. It's something I like to say now, which is kits on it. Dr. Bob, you're not the only one. The taupe triad, yeah. All right. So anyway, let me put. Okay. Also, I'll have to apologize. I ripped my right contact lens in half today. I put it in and it ripped right in half. So then I had to get it out of my eye, and now I'm just wearing a left one. So anyway, I can't see super well. Like, yeah. Well, it ended up being okay, Nomad Zeke. I'm just really paranoid that I didn't get it all out. Like, I pieced it back together. It felt like that scene in Breaking Bad. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but there's a scene in Breaking Bad where there's a plate that he, like, pieces back together and, like, maybe, anyway. I don't want to spoil it, but anyway, not important. I hope it's not still in my eye, though. I'm really concerned about that. So this is probably warmer than I would like for a shadow, but that's okay. And it's probably... I don't know if I should have thinned this since I'm using a primer and it's not bones. This isn't the first metal that I've done on stream, but it's skin, so I would like it to kind of flow nicely and not be chonky and grainy. I think lessness. I think that after 12 days, the stock that's still available gets sold. Same with holiday paints, but last I heard we are going to put the holiday paint singles on sale at some point. I'm just not sure when. I know I'm not, oh god, this is awful. This is terrible. I know I'm not ready for it yet though. And that's kind of what I said at this meeting. I was like, what's our plan for that? But also I'm not ready. But anyway. This This is terrible. Don't ever be like me. Don't ever do this. Heartthrob pink for February. Yeah, I've already mentioned that. I just have to. It's something that confused a lot of people, and it's not a huge deal. Uh, but somebody kind of argued with me and said like we've never done a Valentine's Day color before, and I was like, yeah, I mean we have, like it was again like not a huge deal, but somebody was like, well, we've never done that before. I'm like, well, we have. Like, you probably don't remember it because paint department used to handle the samples exclusively, like all the labels, all everything. But we've gotten so big, it's kind of worked its way out to internet. So then after internet started labeling it, it seemed like a new thing because it was a sample, but it had a formula and it had a specific label, whatever, whatever. Um, so there was like this meeting where I was like, no, like it is a thing. I mean, if you don't want to do it, we don't have to do it, but it's a thing. But we're gonna do it anyway. Long story short, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna try not to be too anal about this, but at the same time, I want this to look good. Ooh, Valentine's Massacre Red. High Trash Aroma. Um, oh yeah. Justin's hashtag free open. Can you activate our giveaway?
Let's see here. All right, the hashtag free is open. So
Hashtag free is open. So if you already did it, go ahead and do it again.
yeah, I had to reset it. The one that was there was not one from this giveaway.
That's terrible. Hopefully we'll be able to remedy that. Oh, thanks, Valander. Forgive me. That's the sound of paint being made. We have to hit the paint tree really hard with a mallet, and it knocks the little paints out of the tree, and then we sell them. Wouldn't that be cute? Justin, are you working?
Yeah, sorry. David was asking me questions as well as Ruben and his guy are over here putting up all the green screens.
Get him out of there.
Wait, what?
I said, get him out of there. Wait, Dave or David?
David Harper.
Oh, because Dave can do whatever he wants.
No, I assume Dave is. I don't know where Dave is. Maybe he's in the office. I don't know.
Busy. It's the wrong brush, I guess, and I'm ruining it. I hate that. I wish we lived in the world where brush texture stayed nice forever. This is the brush. I used a flat iron on this brush the other day to see if I could get it back into shape. It worked okay. So yeah, I'll be moving into the studio soon. But I have a very specific idea for a set, and I don't know when we're gonna have time to do it. It's probably irritating for me to bring it up to people. Oh, thanks. See, I see a Mr. Crab. Oh, we were out last Thursday, weren't we? It was almost called it Halloween.
Old Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yeah. I was up here working on the machine. It was doing something weird, and I was like, I'm gonna get so many videos of it, so as soon as it's not a holiday, I'm gonna send it to people and get it diagnosed and get it fixed. And then Ed popped up here, and we ended up fixing it. So it was really nice. Plus, like, I don't know, I'm not doing Thanksgiving this year, really. Um, my mom works retail, so I'm not, like, stoked on. I mean, I love seeing her, but I try to see her, like, hang out with her outside just in case. Um, Texas isn't doing that great right now, guys. You probably know that. If you're in Texas or just. Ed said we're making, like, national news. Essentially, we're number one.
Say that again.
We're number one. Texas, we're number one.
Oh, of course we are. We always have been.
Yeah. In, like, not the greatest of ways, but
You know what? Still number one.
yeah, that's what's important. Number one in freedom.
Also true.
Guys, do you think I can come back from this streaky texture on her skin, or is this permanent? Looks like bad spray tan. First coat, no problem. Okay, good. Ooh. It can be fixed. How thin are your paints? They can be real thin. They need to be a little thinner. Okay. Water plus paint. I think I'm going to use a smaller brush. I'm doing 3 drops of leather brown with 1 drop of shield brown. 9161. Thin coats are best. Buy your 3rd coat, it'll look great. Awesome. Thank you guys. I wish this green stuff would, or not green stuff, uh, sticky tack would stick a little better. Guys, I'm gonna have to show you something really, 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 really cool. And I don't know how weird it'll be, but it's an app game. Justin, can I show a game app?
What do you mean?
It's a app. It's a game.
On your phone?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as long as it doesn't break TOS, absolutely.
Sweet. Okay. This game, I'm so addicted to it. I'm so addicted to it. It's like crazy. Um, so it's about color, which is why I'm going to talk about it. But it's something I found late at night. And okay, so I usually do logic puzzles at night. But if you're tired, it's really hard to do logic puzzles because it just takes a lot of like brain power. They put me to sleep. But there's this game. It's called I Love Hugh. Okay. And you like move these colors around and put them in order. So like at this corner, there's this teal cyan, and at this corner there's this yellow. So you do like gradients. And oh my god, it's so fun and addictive. I've gotten so far into it. Um but yeah, it's so fun. So like this boy, I think he goes there. And yeah, you just keep doing that until you get it all together. Oh my god, it's so much fun. So anyway, I thought I'd share with you guys because obviously you guys love color too. Ooh, Blindoku? What? I'm gonna have to look into that. I literally, the first night I downloaded that, I was up till 2 in the morning playing it because it's an easy play. Um, but anyway, that's enough of that. Not a sponsor. I don't even know how I found it. But man, am I excited I did. But I am pretty addicted to it. I think it like appeals to this part of my brain that just loves order. What? There's also an I Love Hugh too. Oh my goodness. So much fun. And what's kind of cool is like I recommended it to my boyfriend because he's an artist and he works with glass color. And I was like telling him, I was like, I like it and it's close enough to work that it's kind of cool. I don't know. Like I know they say somebody told me that when you're not at work, you should do things that are like aren't at all related to work, but I love color. But anyway, he was like, "Yeah, this is really similar to like what I do at work. It's kind of cool." So, so that's kind of nice. So much fun. Okay. So yeah, I don't really know like when I wanted to do this mini at first, I wanted to make her a bright winter because bright winters look good in black and white, and I thought about making the panties white, but because, and I talked about this last time, because I think the real life Sophie has warm skin and brown hair, I was like, well, I kind of want to be true to that. So we're going to do a warm, fair to medium skin. Um, and like medium dark brown hair. Not dark, dark, almost black, and not light brown, but like not chestnut, but um, brown hair. And I don't know what color I want to make this ribbon. And then I thought about, so I've been seeing a lot of people do galaxy type things, and I was like, oh, I could do a galaxy ribbon because that's one of the things that I actually paint like on paper paint. Um, but I don't know if it would look good. I think if she has warm skin and warm hair and it's brown, I think that makes her an autumn. So we probably need to look at what looks good on an autumn palette. Okay, so since we're working backwards after this is done, I'm trying to think. So when we worked light to dark, I would start shadowing, and I ended up making mistakes by making the shadows all the same size when I should have made them increasingly dark and increasingly small and sharp. So I think we should do the same thing with the highlights. So like if we highlight a large part, it should be the deepest highlight and then moving into a smaller area of bright highlight. Oh yeah, and I forgot this. Okay, so you'll notice on this mini, hopefully I'm gonna get a, did I zoom in? I'm gonna get a, oopsies, I zoomed in more. You'll notice on this mini, hold on. There's a glove on the ground. It's hard to see. But there's a glove. All right. And then I think between episodes, I'm going to practice on this glass of champagne. Because I'd like that to look really nice and natural. Just knocking those paints right out of the paint tree. All right. All right, we will admire our Sophie while we let her dry a little bit. And I am going to try and decide um, what we're going to do about what she's going to wear. So I actually have this other app. It's not that one. Sorry, I'm looking. Okay, so if we know that this Sophie is going to be an autumn, we need to decide if she's going to be a soft autumn, a deep autumn, or a warm autumn. So warm autumns usually have hair that is red or strawberry blonde, warm eyes like green or amber, but can also be blue, and their coloring is rich and saturated. Let's look at their best colors. Hmm. And then deep autumn is kind of close to what I wanted to do before, which is it's close to winter. So deep autumn. Let's see if they can wear black and white. It doesn't look like it. It looks like ivory. Maybe we'll do an ivory ribbon. Okay. Sorry, I'm just like not having any luck with this at all. Oh man, I'm low energy today, Justin. I'm low energy.
I feel that.
I hate that. So, Bill, our game store manager, he's got a. How old is his daughter, Charlie? I think she's like 5. She might be even younger. She might be 4. But he was telling me she has been watching Elf kind of on a loop, and it made me think about holiday movies. And I of course love Elf. I think Elf's a real popular movie for the millennials and younger. But we might have talked about this last year, but do you have a favorite holiday movie? I was about to say don't say Die Hard. Uh, but I can't say don't say Die Hard because I started trying to think of my favorite holiday movie and I started thinking of You've Got Mail and I was like, well, You've Got Mail really wasn't a holiday movie just because there was a holiday in the movie. Because it also, like, I think when You've Got Mail started, it was in the fall. It was like back to school season. I used to like A Christmas Story. No, I haven't seen Santa's Sleigh. What's The Hogfather? Um, Ooh, that reminds me of like this movie I used to see at the video rental store, but it was never at like Blockbuster, and it was like was either like Jack Frost or a Frosty movie, and it was like a scary snowman movie. Let's see. It's a Wonderful Life and White Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas. That's a good
I'm really partial to the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen. I think it
mm-hmm.
is. Love those movies.
I wonder if Jingle All the Way holds up.
I actually watched that last year,
Does it hold up?
and it does. Yes, it
Really
really does.
good.
It does. You need to watch it.
I think it will, especially for us, because he was trying to get a special toy for his son, and I just don't know how relevant that is. And maybe it's not. Maybe this is like um, something I don't know. But like it seems like in the 90s, that's when this like toy crazy, like we've got to have this toy thing started. And that was what it was about, right? He had to get the toy. I don't remember what the toy was.
It was a big action figure
Yeah.
guy, and it was I think from a TV show because he ends up dressing up as that guy because his son is like on the not in the parade that he ends in, but he's on the sidelines, I guess. And his dad ends up giving him the toy while dressed as the toy that he's giving him. It's really cool. It actually really legitimate, and it's even still funny.
Yeah.
It is. It definitely holds up. Because if you take that right now and replace that, if you replace that action figure with a PlayStation 5 or
Uh-huh.
the new Xbox, whatever the name of it is, um, then it's basically the same thing today.
I'll get a PlayStation 5 when my PlayStation 4 like S is out on me. That's what I did with the well, actually I didn't even get my PlayStation 4. My boyfriend got me my PlayStation 4 because my old one would overheat. My PS3 started overheating. Well, first it started sound like it was trying to blast off, and then started overheating and turning off. Yeah, I got the old PS4.
Actually, John and I watched the horror Jack Frost movie.
That's what we were talking about.
This
Was
in
low
how this
budget.
past October. It's pretty bad. It was terrible. In fact, I think we skipped the middle portion of the movie and just watched the last 10 minutes. It was so bad.
I'm trying to think. I liked A Christmas Story, but I burnt myself out on it. I think I already said that with the like 24-hour Christmas Story thing. Um, I have two cousins. Yes, the giveaway is phthalo blue, phthalo green, and clear orange, and some bonus colors, some like little extras. But I don't have them to show right now, unfortunately. Oh no, Agent Marvel almost accidentally rented the horror Jack Frost. Yeah, it'd be disturbing, I'm sure. Oh, I think it had a holographic cover. So if you looked at it from one side, it was like cute little snowman, and you looked at it from another, and it was like scary snowman. Okay, so we're gonna look at our sculpt in the light. Probably gonna do this little flashlight tech. Um, that doesn't work at all. Okay, so like to see shadows and highlights, where we want her to be lit from. Like she's out in the street, so maybe she'll be lit from above, but I don't know if that's flattering. This is a really nice sculpt, I feel like. I need to figure out who did this. It's very like it's very realistic. Like in the collarbone and chest area.
Bob Rodolphe sculpted it apparently.
Oh, Bob Rodolphe. Thank you, John. I like it a lot. Okay. So I think I put the golden skin already. 9092 golden skin over here. And that's going to be like our mid-tone. Paladin 65. I have that figure. I haven't painted it yet though because I want to do it justice. I've started it several times and I'll strip it with acetone if I don't like it. Because it is, when it's the human form, it's very frustrating when it's not lifelike. Do this. Oh, that might be too bright. Might have jumped too far. We'll do this like, oh, I think I did jump too far. Oh well, we'll blend it in. There's this technique you can do with bronzer when you're wearing when you're wearing shorts or a short skirt or a dress, and you put like sparkly bronzer or makeup on the front of your legs, and it makes your legs look longer and nice. Makes you look dewy and glowy. So do with that what you will. I don't really wear shorts anymore, but I used to do that when I worked at the old knockouts. Ooh, that doesn't look great. I mean, it doesn't look... Yeah, doesn't look great. So... Oh. John has another dew method for his legs. Mountain Dew. Trashorama also likes to put bronzer on his legs. So I was watching this, like, sorry, this will be heavy makeup because that's just the mood I'm in today, but I was watching this makeup tutorial on Instagram, just like a shorty, and it's by this lady. Her name is Katie Jane Hughes, and she does skin that looks like skin, like really dewy, pretty skin, and kind of fluffy eyebrows. And she was doing an Audrey Hepburn inspired makeup because I think there's like an Audrey Hepburn documentary out. So anyway, she's doing this makeup, and like these days people put highlighter. So it's really interesting. It goes in and out. So like, you remember a few years ago, Kim Kardashian had that highlighter method, and it was where you made like a triangle from the outside of your nose to your eye to here. Did I not say Audrey Hepburn? What did I say? Who knows what I said? I'm tired. Did I say Aubrey? Well, anyway, so you highlight here, but she was talking about her using highlighter down the center of the face, which is something they would do at different times. And it's funny that that something like that would go in and out, I think. And really, I mean, if you think about it, techniques like that, I guess, are only like you could only do that if you just had whatever, like the features that could go either way. Like I think most people, if they were going to highlight and contour a certain way, they would do it all the time. But I just thought that was really interesting that that people play up different things. But it was a very youthful look as opposed to, I guess, if you highlight, yeah, uh, if you highlight the high points of your face, it probably gives you a more mature, like, womanly look because as you get older, your face kind of changes. When you're young, you've got different features. So it's really interesting. And she did a, like, okay, so now when people overline their lips, they usually do it up and not out, but they did a overlined outward. And I was like, I've never noticed that. And then she showed a picture, and I was like, oh, I suppose they did do that. So that's actually looking kind of ashy. I think because I did it over the dark. That's okay. It'll buff out. We'll make it. Um, and then in the 80s, the blush was like all the way up into the temples in a very David Bowie type of way. I don't know. I find that all very interesting. And now, okay, so now I think they call it the e-girl makeup style. Now people do blush like across the nose. It's very interesting. And highlighter. I think in the 80s and 90s it was very matte. You did not want dewy skin. You'd use your powder. You'd powder it out. And now I think you still do that, but then you use like a shimmer to kind of highlight. And a lot of people want that to be over, but I really like it. I really like the shimmery look. Um, but anyway, I'll have to watch videos about miniatures and how faces are done because I don't think I've seen Josh's video on it. But I think I saw Josh giving somebody advice on Facebook about a way that you do faces, like a specific way. And I bet there is a specific way that people do their faces. So next week, guys, Justin is getting. Can I tell them?
Yeah, I actually already mentioned it earlier this week
Oh,
at
okay,
some
good.
point.
I
Go
just didn't
ahead.
want
Yeah.
to. I didn't want to break your confidence like that. Uh, Justin's getting his wisdom teeth taken out, so he'll be with us next week, but might be in pain. And I gave him my wisdom teeth advice, which is get your medicine filled like ASAP. Even though I've known people that have not needed to take medicine after they get their wisdom teeth out.
I basically didn't need it for my knee, so I'm hoping that I have similar results with my wisdom teeth.
I
I
swole up. I
switched to
had like a
Advil
what?
switched to Advil pretty quickly.
Yeah. Um, I swole up a lot. I found Tylenol and Scotch was a sufficient painkiller. Don't try that at home, kids. I mean, am I crazy? But wouldn't the alcohol be good for killing the bacteria?
I think if it were high enough proof, yeah, but if it's not, technically, couldn't that cause extra infection?
Probably.
I
It
have
could
no
probably
idea,
dry you
to be
out.
honest.
Your mouth
Right.
likes to be not dry. I don't want to use that word.
I guess how much aftercare am I gonna have to do for this? Like personally, myself. I know I'm already not looking forward to having to sleep vertically on Tuesday.
Um, I think I cleaned my. Okay, so I think I use that little syringe and peroxide multiple times per day. Like, not only every time I ate, but like all the time because I was really concerned about getting an infection. Gauze changes. I don't remember gauze being involved.
So, trash. I think what I'm gonna do is probably anytime I get extra camera, I put cameras in it. So probably just cameras where my teeth were.
So, when I got my wisdom teeth out, I had this. So, I had my childhood dentist, and he got older, and he brought in another dentist. And okay, so my mom's last name starts with a D, and mine starts with an R, and she got to keep the old dentist, and I went to the new dentist, and I didn't like him. So, I think they just like split it by alphabetical, which I've heard is what you do when you're a dentist. You work in somebody else's practice and you like slowly take over and they retire and whatever. So anyway, I really, really, really did not like him. I don't know why. He just gave me bad vibes. I thought he was a dick. Just really did not like this dentist. And I was really concerned because they told me I was going to do like waking anesthesia. Like I'd be able to do whatever they wanted me to do, but I wouldn't remember it. Whatever, whatever. But I was really concerned that I would be like, I really don't like you as much as like my old dentist. Um, so I was really worried about it, and I was really nervous. So I was trying to like take real deep breaths of the gas, and it wasn't working at first. And but anyway, so it gets going. I don't remember anything, and I talked to one of the hygienists, and I was like, "Did I say any bad words or was I mean at all?" And she was like, "No, you were like I love you, Dr. Ryan. You rock. This is amazing." And I was like, "Oh, well that's good. Like thank God." Cuz I don't know how I would react if somebody were talking bad to me while I was working in their mouth. So, apparently I was real nice to Dr. Ryan. But I didn't have the whole experience that a lot of people have where they're still really loopy. Like, I don't know. The gas just doesn't do that much to me. I mean, I think the gas wears off everybody really quick. Because I think that's the uh, the draw of the gas is that it wears off quick. Um, but anyway, I didn't get my medicine in time, and I was pissed. I was like really, I was in a lot of pain. That doesn't mean you'll be in a lot of pain though, because I think we shouldn't have started talking about this. I think they had to break my teeth. I think yours is gonna go
Yeah,
really smooth.
and that's the only thing I've heard from multiple people is if they can extract the tooth whole, it's the recovery is much simpler and easier and better. But if they have to like smash it out of there and dig in for if I have hooked roots for whatever reason, which I don't think I do,
Hooked
um,
roots.
yeah, that's a possible thing, which can cause like some sort of like I don't know, probably uncomfortable. But the point being that as long as there's no complications, which there doesn't seem to be, then I'm hoping that I'll be completely okay, in a couple of days. I would expect right now, unless I mean, I'm gonna have Collins and John set up as much as I can to do the old way of streaming for Tuesdays and Wednesday. So I don't think it'll be a problem. I'm anticipating at worst I'll need those 2 days off, but I don't think so.
The old way of streaming, that's the silent streams
No, no, no.
before the talkies.
Not at all. No, the streams were basically the way that you do your stream currently and the way Ann does hers. But for instance, Michael Proctor's stream on Tuesdays has a his runs through vMix now, which requires a lot more of a pilot behind the wheel. So behind the stick, as it were.
Yep.
But that's not. I don't think I can reliably put John and Collins in a position between now and Tuesday. What with not having all that much, like we also have 12 days of Christmas, so we're all really busy by our own right in that sense. Like I've been pulling orders today and yesterday. So is John. So it's just one of those things where it's already kind of busy. So we'll see.
Oh man, hooked roots, broke teeth, splintered jaw. Jeez, jeez, jeez. Had mine removed, my roots were hooked, and I had a broken arm, which made being horizontal and having the dentist go at it with saw all the worse. Plus, I had abscess. Novocaine didn't do much. Ugh, 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 ugh. Justin didn't pull that many orders today because he had to go like do his job. I saw
Yeah,
him pulling though.
I did. I only pulled orders for about an hour or so, so it wasn't as many as like yesterday. I pulled orders for a couple hours, but um,
Oopsies.
I don't know what the like because the thing is they're getting tons of orders, so I would say it's unlikely I pulled any one specific's order that is actually on stream just because of the sheer number of orders.
I've realized I think the problem with this is she's so heavy. Okay, and then
Hell, I think Ron was pulling orders on Monday.
yeah, I was there when somebody asked him to. And then I think they got Daryl and Kevin down doing something in the packaging. I was wondering if they'd bring Daryl back into paint, but he'd probably be scared we'd keep him. Daryl's got a pretty sweet gig now. Not that this isn't. Okay, so have you guys heard that they don't really know how even full anesthesia works, and some people think that you're awake through that too, you just don't remember it? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I did specify that I wanted to be completely just out for the wisdom teeth thing.
I don't like the idea of being out, but I have before. Like, I had my appendix out when I was 5. So, I don't know. I think as long as I've heard that as long as they do good pre-op history and everything on you, that it's pretty safe. Hi, Twisted Oma. Um, let's see. Valander says so. On the next figure, you're doing full non-metallic metal and OSL, right? Huh. Maybe. I need to start practicing more. I really don't take that much. I was just telling Justin, I am horrible at having a home life balance. I really, really am. Like really bad. So I'm either really bad at being a worker or I'm really bad at being a homer. Something always suffers though. But luckily, I don't know. My boyfriend's pretty forgiving about it. He doesn't feel too neglected. And I'm also real bad about, and I wouldn't say this is bad, but if he does anything with somebody new, like outside of our little circle, I won't see him for a few days because I'm really not wanting this COVID. So he's pretty cool about it. I try and keep a little bubble because I do, especially like I do Ed and Dave's hair and I do their dad's hair, and so like before I do their dad's hair the next time, I want to make sure that I'm like isolated for a few days before because I just can't imagine if I found out I had something, anything, having cut somebody's hair. It's up there in age. Hyper Bunny says, definitely not conscious. I was out before I finished counting down from 10. I don't remember most of them getting me out of the chair and into the wheelchair or gathering my purse and jacket. First thing I remember was being in the elevator going down to be wheeled out in my husband's truck. So I was at a children's hospital and they were like, do you want us to wheel you down in the bed or in the wagon? So they wheeled me down in the wagon. And I remember I had these, and this really like legit pissed me off for years. I had these Power Ranger panties, like, you know, back when you get the sweet panties that come in packs, like not these fancy ones, but like kind of like underoos for girls. So I had these panties that had like, I'm trying to show you like a motion, but they had like the yellow ranger and the pink Power Ranger going like this, like toward each other. Like one's over here and one's over here. And they're really cute panties. And it's like the other ones had like the pink Power Ranger stuff on them or the yellow Power Ranger stuff, but those were the only pair that had like the pink and the yellow Power Ranger. So anyway, I wore them into surgery and they like took them. I guess I don't know, there's something with elastic and underpants and they could explode. I don't know. I'm not describing it very well. But anyway, they didn't give them back and pissed me off because I really like those. But they were putting me under the anesthesia and I was like, huh. Paladin says, I'm pretty sure I saw those on eBay. I might have to get me a pair and just finally right that wrong. Um, but they were telling me, they were like, I don't even think I was counting backwards. I don't know if I could count backwards from 100 at the time. I don't remember, but they said they were gonna maybe like count to 3 or something and have me hold it over my own face. And I started asking the doctor or nurse lady a bunch of questions again, and she just shoved it on my face real quick, and that's the last thing I remember. Oh no, trash.
That's probably one of the grossest things I've read in a while.
Oh, my appendix went the way of the dodo when they removed my large intestine. Why did they do that? If you don't mind my asking. Um, they did like real incisions back then too. They didn't do the like little sissy la la incisions they do now. Now they do like 3 because they do the, what do they
Yeah,
call them?
I've got, they're like basically
Arthroscopic.
1 inch. They're 1 inch incisions for like cameras, and it's kind of crazy. It's all laparoscopic, is what it is.
Laparoscopic.
Right, they're tiny. I have one in my belly button, one below, and then one off to the right, or anyone facing to the right, my left. So
So you've had your appendix out?
yeah, it was that Reaper. You don't remember that?
Was that pretty recent?
That was like within the last 5 years.
You know
6
what's...
years. I mean, you were there for it.
I mean, I wasn't there for it, but...
You know what I mean. Like you weren't at you weren't at the hospital, correct? But
We were just
I
talking a
went to
few
come
days
into.
ago about how I'm the pretend doctor at Reaper, and Justin told me that I've got my PMD.
It's perfect.
And I told him I got the PMDD. Which I don't know if that's true. I also don't know if that's not true. You get pretty bad, what's it called? Dysphoria. Cyclical dysphoria. Sucks. Twistoma says, I had the UC, and the only way to cure it is to remove the intestine. Oh my goodness. I hope you're doing well now. I want my wet palette back. This palette does look a little rough. Okay, let me look. This isn't looking bad. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this ends up. Satan's panties. I am using the what's it called? The document camera's light. So I'm not using an actual light. I thought about it yesterday. I was actually in the alien closet and I was like, man, I should see if they'll let me use one of these lights that we used to use for paint club. Wow, Izzy Lobo, that's neat. Went in through my arm, installed metal in my arteries. It's also awake during my barium lower GI scan. Dang. I had my gallbladder checked out once, and they told me, they were like, this could take up to 6 hours. You had to drink this drink and lay on this table, and you had to lay really still, and I was so nervous about it. Like, I had this panic because, I don't know, that's just a tall order for me. In fact, like, what day was it? Monday. We had our meeting, and I hadn't taken my medicine that day, and I didn't realize it until I got in there. And I was like, oh no, like, I'm gonna have to concentrate and not be, like, obnoxious. So I just, like, this is my method. I just, like, doodled while I listened. I can listen so much better while I doodle. Isn't that funny? I used to get in so much trouble in school because I would doodle and they would think I wasn't paying attention, but I was always able to tell them, like, what they were talking about. And it just helps me, like, focus. And it works. But it still looks rude. I think it looks rude. I mean, I don't know. I would never see somebody doodling and be like, how rude. I'm speaking. But I worry. It's better than the phone. I try not to get on my phone at all during the meetings because I know that bothers people. Okay, so somebody said they were talking about getting, let's see. They were talking about getting a wet palette. I'm sure you can find this if you Google it, but a lot of people make their own wet palette, and that's what I would do if I were going to do it. I just stole one from Justin's office, but you can buy this, like, sponge sheet, I think from art supply stores, or you could just use regular sponge, I think, and parchment paper, and any kind of, like, Tupperware container or similar. Izzy Lobo, that's Daniel. He is mixing. Oh my goodness. My memories of 1979 include telling my 4th grade teacher that she wasn't as good on the recorder as my 2nd grade teacher. That's so funny. Oh, God. Okay, before I highlight her face, I think I'm gonna do her eyes. Man. Maybe I'll just hold her by her base and then just reprime the base. I got an echo a few years back, and watching my heart move around kind of like freaked me out, but also was kind of cool. Like I was watching this valve and it kind of looked like a guy playing a bongo. It was really cute. No, I'm not going to hold her by her face, by her base. So I think this year I'm going to make it a commitment uh to go look at Christmas lights. I do not care about Christmas lights, but my honey likes Christmas lights. So I think I'm going to and this is part of my trying to be better at work life balance. I think I'm going to take him out to look at Christmas lights like without him asking. That's my plan. Oh yeah, the audio is weird. No, I don't think I watched it in um I don't think I watched it in color. I had an MRI done one time and they actually found something kind of weird and I've never looked at it. Like literally I've never looked at it because I thought if I look at my brain it's just over. I'll never be able to get it out of my head. But yeah, I think I like Christmas lights. I like the white ones. I like a very understated Christmas decoration scheme. I really don't like big bright stuff. Um well, I mean, Paladin, I did what they told me to do, but I just figured I don't have to see it. Um I mean, I still have the like CD with it on there, but I don't know. I just don't want to see it. Yeah, your brain is supposed to be in your head. That is true. I'd wake up in the middle of the night with like an image of my brain like blah. I can't think about my brain too much. I always have this paranoia that I'll have like an itch in my brain, even though I know your brain can't itch. I'll be like, how do you get it? Okay. So I got my little readers on. Got my little lady here. And my brush has a not so decent tip on it. Yeah, I know. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Your brain's your brain or whatever, whatever. I don't know. The idea of having an itchy brain bothers me. Let's see what we've got as far as the nicest tip. Did I already? This is where I'm struggling. I'm gonna use this pretty thick, I think. So I'm gonna use Skull and Crossbones. This is my off-white that I made for the pirate colors. And we have so many off-whites, but this one is kind of a green off-white. Kind of green ochre, I think. Hi, Pendrake. Trying to figure out how to decorate my porch for Christmas. The first year I've had a power outlet on my porch. Ooh. Alright, be real careful. I forget she is bigger, so I shouldn't struggle as much with this Sophie. I had the most high pressure thing ever, Ed and I were working on the machine, and he needed to, like, our little conveyor belt was frayed, and he needed a new scalpel blade on the scalpel to, like, cut it off. And I was trying to get it off, and I broke it. So he was holding it, and he was like, "Here, take the pliers and pull them off." And I was so shaky, and it was so high pressure that, like, I couldn't grab it. And it was just kind of embarrassing that, like, I have such little coordination. It's one of those pressure things. I'm the worst, like, when people are looking at me. I don't remember what I was doing the other day, but Bill was watching me, and I was like, I just can't do it when you're looking at me. Oh, it was math. Can't do that pressure math. Let's see. Oh, yeah, power outlet equals Griswold decoration level. I can't believe I didn't think about that as a Christmas movie. You know, Matt Clark always has those fun T-shirts, and I think his Facebook profile picture is, what is it? Cousin Eddie says, "You serious, Clark?" Have you seen that, Justin?
No. I mean, I know the scene you're referring to, but I've not seen it on a shirt.
Yeah. You serious, Clark? That's when he was talking about Santa. That Chevy Chase, I think he's kind of a real, what's the word? A real character. I think he's mean. Have you ever heard that?
Chevy Chase?
Mm-hmm.
No, never.
Oh, yeah. I've heard he gets a little iffy with people. I don't remember who it was. Somebody on a TV show. Oh, what TV show was he on? I can't tell you. I hate it. I hate that I do this. I gotta tell you, I hate that I do this. I bring up an eighth of a story, and then I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm really an ideas girl. It was Community. Okay, good. It was Community. Yeah, full of himself. You know what though?
Wait,
He
he
was.
sabotaged the show?
Yeah.
I mean, because I like that show, and I actually recently started watching a little bit more of it on Netflix, and he was hilarious in it. But I don't know any of the background stuff. What happened?
I think it's all forgiven now. I'm gonna Google it, but I got to tell you something first. Chevy Chase Young was hot, like real hot.
I mean, Fletch, yeah. I mean, I see. That's what you're referring to, like the '80s Chevy Chase, the hilarity '80s classic comedies.
That and like his wife in the Vacation movie, she was really pretty. They were a hot couple. Let's see. Sorry guys, I've got that weird vision problem today. Okay, I'll pull this over here. Chevy Chase community drama. You know what I want. Okay. According to Carmen, Chase would walk off set because he didn't want to film scenes he didn't think were funny. In a Reddit Q&A, the showrunner revealed that while he was filming digital estate planning, Chase refused to shoot and caused a rift in the show's flow. Yeah.
Well, in slight defense of Chevy Chase,
He was hot?
there were definitely scenes in that show that never should have been aired because they just weren't funny. I find myself chuckling at about 30 or 40% of it, and the rest of it's just like kind of cringy. But I mean, it's also very 2009 circa humor.
Well, I mean,
So
yeah, and if you think about it, okay, it's like not everything's for everybody, but if a show's kind of on brand, you should like most of what happens in it. It's like I really like It's Always Sunny, but not everybody really likes it. It's a little rough for a lot of people. You know what
It
I
is, and
mean?
that's another one of the ones that I can't watch all of because there are moments, particularly with Charlie Day in it, that are just like platinum level hilarity. Then there are others where I'm like, oh god, I can't. I just gotta turn this off. You know?
Not me. Oh, let's see. So I'm trying to think what we want to do. Guys, do you think we should attempt an eye color in this, or is that too much? I think we should. I want a really light, almost like, I kind of wanted an amber colored eye, but I think I'm gonna do a green that's like grayed out. Not grayed out, like brown, like a brown green. I think I'm gonna mix clear green and harvest brown, not gray green. Oh, whoa. You guys can't see that, but I made a bunch of paint.
Actually, Abed, I saw him recently because I it caught my eye. He was recently in a World of Warcraft commercial.
Who was?
Which, yeah, he was Abed, the character from
Oh,
Community.
I
Yeah,
don't
I don't
know.
know the actor's name, but his character's name is Abed.
One of the like, sorry guys. One of the like small, really funny parts of Always Sunny is that Matt called diabetes, and I've been listening to a lot of Howard Stern lately, and Artie Lang. Okay, so like I'm a huge Artie Lang fan, and I never realized it. Now, like some of the things he would say would be really dated and offensive, but like I don't know, I'm stuck on it, and I really like him. Um, but he said something about having diabetes, and I was like, I wonder if that's where they got it. Uh,
That doesn't make any sense, Trash. You're supposed to drink Coke. I imagine just pouring it in your nose would probably cause that issue, but speaking of which, have you seen those videos of people dissolving a penny in Coke after like 48 hours or something?
no way.
Something crazy like that.
Trashorama. Do you know how it really happened? I saw him talking about this. Um, apparently he was with a girl who crushed something with a glass jar and got the glass in it. And when he snorted it, the glass got in his nose. It did, though. It ruined his nose. I'm so glad Artie Lang is alive. Like, knock on wood. I'm just so glad he's made it. Because I'm sure there were plenty of people, like, there were plenty of jokes about Artie not making it. I'm so glad he made it. I love Artie Lang. But anyway, yeah, that stuff is I mean, it's almost like when you like I don't remember how it happens because it hasn't happened to me in so long, but when you get sewed up your nose, like, can you swallow it wrong and have it go up your nose? I don't remember. All right. There was a glassblower that was in this group that my boyfriend was in that said something about like I inhaled a little shard of glass. Do I have to go to the doctor? And I was like, oh my god, Jesus, I would be there. I would have been there immediately. Because I don't think glass breaks down at all. I think your body would just like scar around it. All right, let's look at her on the screen because a lot of times stuff will look goofy. All right, I think if we get a nice little pupil in there, I think we're going to do a wash and then a pupil. Oh, we missed 420 glaze it. Yeah, laughing at the wrong time. Exactly, Izzy Lobo. Um, okay. I'm gonna make a wash of. I'm trying to remember what I used. I think it was like walnut brown. I'm gonna use. Maybe I'll make a wash of 9491. I wonder if you can make turkey soup with a carcass the same way you can make chicken soup. And I'm just saying because Valander said something about carcass. I didn't just think that up. That sounds nice. Turkey soup. Never hear about turkey soup, you know what I mean? Oh, turkey stock tastes odd. Uh-oh, Justin, are the times correct on the now live menu? Because it says Sadie started at 2 p.m. and Reaper Live starts at 5. Is that true?
No, that's not true. That has to do with if this is the banner underneath the Twitch, it's supposed to adjust to your computer.
Oh.
So, or typically that's what it does. So adjust to your time zone.
Turkey smells funny. So I could see it having an odd situation. I think this is going to be too warm to be a shadow. But whatever. I can tell you for sure the Reaper clocks are not all accurate to Reaper time. The game store clock hasn't been changed yet. It drives me crazy. But nobody goes in there, so. Poor little game store's a ghost town. I'm gonna tell you what time is it? 4:30 exactly. We're gonna go for like 5 more minutes. I'm gonna try and finish these eyes real nice. And then hopefully Anne will be streaming and we can raid her. How many subs do we have, Justin?
I believe last I checked we were at 13.
13 subs. I wish I had walnut brown. I don't think I even have a black in here. Hold on, I'm gonna have to like dig through stuff. I hate doing it, but I'm gonna have to do it. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. Closest thing I can find to what I want is Corporeal Shadow, which is a blue. But what we'll do is we'll mix it to make it more what's it called? To make it more neutral. Even though it's pretty much black, I don't think we'd be able to tell. Reaper Live is live tonight. Sky's clear. Walnut brown is a really indispensable color. It's true, Dr. Bob. Well, I'm on the other side of the wall, directly next to the source of all paint. That's why, okay, so I was gonna film from across the street, and then I thought, oh, I'm gonna have to be really on my game and like not forget anything today. So I chickened out. Okay, so Corporeal Shadow. The opposite of blue is orange. So we're gonna use Harvest Brown because it's kind of an orangey brown. And that's gonna soften that because, okay, so like this is kind of a hair thing. When you want to make a black darker looking, you use blue in it, and not everybody can handle like a real blue black. And this Sophie can handle deep colors, but not like crazy deep. I do have minions at my bidding, but he's probably not looking at his phone. And I'm not masked, so I'd rather not make him come in here.
I restarted the extension for the time zone for the stream scheduler, and everything was set correctly, but I restarted it, and it seems that a refresh has fixed it. But yeah, there's no settings weird with it, other than it does need to have Lucas show listed on Wednesday. So let me go ahead and fix that.
I think I messed up. So one thing about this sculpt, it's very, very pretty, but if you'll notice, and again, like everybody's beautiful, we don't want like whatever beauty standards, but I wish I would have shown this before I painted her. She has kind of close set eyes. So when I paint this mini, I like to do like eye makeup and bring it out. And what I'll do is I'll go back with that skin color just around her nose. I won't bring in like a cat eye type. I won't have her eye shadow contour liner toward her nose. Beautiful though. A lot of people have features like that. We all just work with our own features and play up what we want. But if we're going for, again, like the ideal beauty standard, which, I mean, we can't just blame on society. It's kind of our eye and brain, right? That's the deal. It's like how Jackie O had those iconic glasses, and the deal was that she had wide set eyes, that those glasses were made specially for her, and it became a thing. So I would do the crazy blue Frodo eyes, but I'm trying to keep her within this season. maybe the next mini we'll do we'll do one like I said I wanted to do with a bright winter color palette. And a bright winter can have like think Katy Perry, like bright blue or green eyes, looks good in jewel tones, deep hair. Um, we'll do that next. Everybody wants to be a winter because you get to wear black and white. Like actually look good in black and white. I just messed up these eyes real bad, but I think I might be able to salvage them. She reminds me of Bridget Bardot. I think there's a picture of Bridget Bardot where she kind of has this shape in her tummy. Like before everybody was all hard and worked out all the time kind of thing. Um, just like a nice softness. Now I know this Sophie has a lot of definition up here, but like down here. Okay. Isn't Thai curry really mild? We're talking about mild curries in the chat. Um, Coconut milk taking the heat out. I think that's a Thai thing too. Lived in Mexico as a child and grew up with somewhat spicy foods to begin with. Thai is as hot as you want it to be. That's nice. I like a gentle Thai. It's probably not the exact same thing, but it's like adding cream to coffee. It's like I usually do black coffee, and a few weeks ago I put like real like half and half in coffee, and I was like, wow, this does really make this so much more balanced. Like so much more palatable and balanced. Like normally, um, there was an episode of Mark Maron's show where he was talking about wanting espresso on ice. And he goes in this kind of like trendy coffee shop and they're like, oh, we're not going to put the espresso on ice. It compromises the flavor. And he's like, listen, I just want it. Like, I just want it in my body as fast as possible. And I definitely feel that. Like, just black coffee or espresso over ice is wonderful. But, without all the added stuff. But yeah, there's something to be said about like half and half in coffee. Just a nice, like, rounded, well-rounded sort of experience. Okay, I'm almost done, Justin. I'm just gonna I want to keep this sort of wide-eyed look. So I'm just gonna try and line the bottom on the outer third, and then I'm just gonna use the color that we used to shadow, or like our base coat, to close the rest of it. brush is too dry. My best friend's husband's dad is Italian, and he came and visited me when I was working in a coffee shop once, and he was telling me he liked lemon zest in coffee, but it was really good. Like, not like squeezing the lemon, but like the peel. Hi, Dave Dwyer. Howdy. Yeah, the zest, exactly. Then I'm gonna take. So what I did was 1 drop 9161 to 3 drops 9030 for our shadow or base coat because we're working dark to light. I like where this mini is going. I hope that I can do this justice and really make it so that I like it. It really is challenging working with the human face and form because of that. I love that. I like eating oranges in my car because like all the zest goes everywhere and it makes your car smell wonderful. He goes, Beeps, I'm so addicted to caffeine. Sometimes I drink way too much coffee, and at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't know why I feel like something terrible is going to happen. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's all that coffee. That's true, Valander. Like, I started drinking coffee because my grandpa drank coffee. So, like, I think I was like 7 or 8, and my grandpa drank black coffee, and I drank it because I wanted to be, like, cool like my grandpa. I think I've talked about this, but I used to go with my cousin to take her kids to the little gym, which I don't know if that's everywhere, but it's like PE for like toddlers, and they learn sports at whatever developmentally appropriate age they can learn them, and they explain to you like why they're learning it at that age. Well, anyway, I would go with them, and I would have her stop and get me espresso, and I got espresso one day, and her son was like, "What's that?" And his mom was like, "Coffee," and he was like, "I love coffee smell." It was so cute. Like, me too, friend. Okay, so I think we've got a nice thing going. Like, it's not exactly painted well in the face, but I like the expression. Like, something about it is pleasing to me. So one thing we're gonna have to focus on is blending that area of black kind of up without muddying too close to the eyebrow. We're gonna have to add a little bit more dark to this part of the eye. What I'll probably do is take like skin highlight in the inner corners. Yeah, she does have a narrow nose too. Let's see. But yeah, overall I really like this sculpt. And I'm excited to keep going on it. I'll look at some pictures of glasses of champagne and see how we can kind of emulate it with paint. I'd also kind of like to give her freckles. I don't know how that'll be possible, but she is a little bigger, so we might be able to. But I would like to see her kind of freckled. I think that'd be really cute. There's a cuteness of this. But we're going to have to lighten it quite a bit because right now we just have a sort of... I wanted to go for a golden skin tone, and though the camera isn't exactly being 100% true to what we've got, it is kind of an ashy sort of color. So we want to brighten that up. That 90-30 might have been a little too... Yeah, exactly, Dr. Bob. That 90-30 might have been a little too neutral. I might have needed to use something a little different as my... Because Shield Brown is kind of cocoa. I probably needed trying to think. Something different. Oh, good, Malander. I love that. That's gonna be really cute. Dr. Bob, that is true. It's also because she's larger and a person. So, that's exciting for me. And I think that doing it the way that Mocha did it was helpful. And also, like in the beginning, me not liking it, I really want to get into it and make it look better. Um, so we will reconvene next Thursday with Justin maybe being a little in pain, but hopefully here. Justin, are you ready to do our drawing for our giveaway?
Yes, I actually literally just drew the 3 names.
All right.
Our winners are Lonely Yeti 0312, The Hatter 13, and Samurai Jack 325.
Congrats, everybody. Um, but yeah, Dr. Bob, yellow. I think yellow is kind of what we need. One thing though, okay, so one thing we're gonna deal with, and this is something Anne told me, is it's hard to bring something. Now I don't know about on a mini, but it's hard to bring something from muted to not muted. But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get it going. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm glad to be back with you. I hate that we've been so interrupted lately, but just part of it. We're lucky to be here, and healthy and happy. So yeah, let's. I hate to be like, whatever. We weren't here for Thanksgiving, but let's have gratitude, be grateful, be happy, and yeah. Sorry you guys didn't hashtag free it, but maybe next time. But yeah, so I think Anne should be live by now. If not, I've heard that her starting screen is up. So we'll give Anne a little visit. We'll go
There we go.
knock on her door.
Yes.
All right, love you guys. Be safe. Mwah.
Thank you guys very much. We'll see you here in about an hour and 10 minutes for Reaper Live, as always, per Thursday nights. And say hi to Ann for us, and we'll see you here pretty shortly.
See you soon.
See you guys.